Hi, my name is Fahad, and today I'm joined with,
LaRue,
and you're learning with the Oxymoron podcast.
some of the challenges people would face when starting a podcast.
I'd say one of the biggest challenge is being consistent in this space, and consistency breeds success.
True.
The second challenge would be seeing monetary value from your podcast, and most podcasts generate revenue through sponsorship. Would you agree?
True, but there's other avenues you can make it through. You can make it through actually having live events, merchandise, which would be clothing, anything that represents your brand, to even having influencer sponsorship. So if brands aren't going to sponsor your podcast, they could actually sponsor you.
I think the third one would be the amount of capital it takes to invest into starting a podcast.
True. That's also one of the biggest factors. If you don't have good equipment, it's going to be hard for you to actually want to put in the work.
Yeah.
If your listeners aren't hearing the best work because you're not spending the most on microphones, mixers, software to actually mix everything so that everything comes out crisp, it's going to actually be hard for you to retain those listeners.
That makes sense. And also, another difficulty be making time to do this because it takes a lot of time.
100%. And that goes with consistency. If there's no consistency, you need to make time for that consistency. So making time and actually scheduling it and actually ensuring that the content that you're putting out is good and actually making time throughout the week will bring the consistency that actually is one of the foundations of a podcast.
Another big challenge that I think us and most of the podcasts would face is also trying to provide the best quality of work out there.
Yeah, that's true. Like all the other things that we just listed, or I just listed before, it all comes together with quality of work. So with quality of work and having invested in the right equipment, making time, being consistent, actually gives you the motivation to give a good body of work when it comes to the content that you're talking about. And even if you have the content, is your microphone, is it good enough? Are your mixers good enough to actually give you the quality that you need to actually retain those listeners? And that's one of the important things. You've been listening to Learn with the Oxymorons, and I'm LaRue.
And now Fahad,
And we've recorded all this content that we've been giving you at our studio located in Edmonton, Canada.
if you want to learn more, visit theoxmoronetwork.com.